do not think that the feminine woman does not have structure. She absolutely does. Hello, ladies, and welcome back to another episode of Get 'em Girl, a girl's guide to relationships, femininity, dating, polarity, and attraction. And today we are talking non-negotiables that every feminine woman needs. Okay, we're going to go ahead and just hop straight into this list because I think it's going to help you. And you might as well go ahead and get your notebook out too so that you can jot down some of these ideas. Number one, the most important one, I have to start it out strong with a daily relationship with God. Ladies, when you get into a really good prayer life, I'm telling you, there is a peace that comes over everything that you do that cannot be explained. Okay, ladies, if you start to pray before you react to things, if you start to pray when you need confirmation, if you start to pray when you need peace, I'm telling you that it changes the trajectory of things in your life. Right, ladies? And also, this means getting into your word, okay? Sometimes that confirmation that you're praying for can be found through the word of God, right, ladies? Sometimes that direction and that purpose that you're seeking can come through from the word of God, right, ladies? And so it is so important to be cultivating a daily relationship with God. Have back and forth with him, have camaraderie with him, and get to know him, get to know his character, get to know how he speaks to you, okay, so that you can know the difference between your own inner voice and his. Get to knowing your Lord, okay? That is so important. And I'm telling you, when you're talking about just practical day-to-day life things that you would think he has too much going on to worry about, I'm telling you for a fact, he cares about those little things, those everyday things that you think he's too busy for. He cares about them, right? And he can help see you through them, right? So a daily relationship with God is so foundational. It's so important, and it really does create the true soft life. Number two, a vision for her life. Ladies, before you start to take action on different arenas in your life, you need to know what you want life to even look like from the get-go, right? You need to have a strong understanding of what you want out of life so that you can approach your goals with intention, okay? You don't want to be impulsive going into making decisions and then they don't actually align with what you want, okay? You don't want to start going to invest in different things and trying to get this degree and trying to do all these different things. And then you come to a point when you realize that that's not even what you wanted from the start, right? So you need to have a vision for your life. You need to get to know yourself. You need to get an understanding of how you want your life to look. How do you want to spend your days? What do you want it to look like for you? And then, and only then, can you start to build goals around that vision, right? So never go into anything blindly. That's any project. But for sure, when you're talking about your life, your lifestyle, the way you want to live, you need to have a vision for that as well. There is no way that you can plan a life that you truly love without having a vision for it first, right, ladies? So you need to sit down and get a deep understanding of what that vision is. Number three, discernment. And furthermore, discernment in who has access. Ladies, you have to start to treat your life and your vision for your life like it is precious, okay? And you have to protect that vision, and you have to protect your mindset, and you have to protect your emotion and your regulation from people who cannot handle being around a person like you. That does not mean they are bad people. That does not mean they are evil. That does not mean any of those things. But what that does mean is they are not the kind of people who can help you cultivate growing into the kind of woman that you want to be. They are not going to help you with that. And in some cases, they will turn you completely away from your vision in life if you are not careful. Okay, so you want to have discernment about who is in your life and when they are in your life. Some people are meant for certain seasons. Okay, and you have to realize that there comes a time where sometimes you have to get rid of people who are not going to be able to help you cultivate the next version of yourself, right? And they're not meant to go further with you. And that's okay, right? You can still love them from afar. You can still check on them, okay? You can still make sure that they are doing okay, but you still have to have discernment about who has access to you, because your vision needs protection. What you want for yourself needs protection. You cannot just let any and everybody in on what it is that you are trying to do in the inner workings of your life. They can't all handle it. Okay, and you need to be able to discern and look at people's behaviors and look at people's intentions and say, this is not going to suit me well, or this actually suits me perfectly. Okay, ladies, you have to pray for that. You have to pray for that discernment, okay? But you definitely need this as a tool in your life as a woman who is trying to embody her most feminine self, as a woman who is trying to create a lifestyle that she actually wants to live, okay? As a woman who has vision, you need discernment. Number 4, ladies, you need financial awareness, okay? The first 3 tips, they're going to help you to get the abundance, but financial awareness is going to help you maintain your overflow. You need to be able to prepare for rainy days. You need to be able to save. You need to be able to invest in an intelligent way. You need to be able to create some kind of wealth management plan. Okay. You need to be able to put certain things in place so that you can live your life in peace and not have to panic financially once you have done all of this work to set yourself up for abundance. Okay. Now you need tools to maintain your abundance so that it's not something that comes and goes, but it's something that once you get it, you can have it because you know how to handle it. You know how to grow it. You know how to invest it and turn it into something even bigger. Okay. You need financial awareness, and you need to make sure that you are very careful with the gift of abundance. Okay. Because here's the thing, if people don't pray for anything else, they pray for abundance. Okay. And it is so easy to get caught up in the fact that you made it, that you forget that you have to maintain it. Okay. So you definitely need to be looking into some courses. You need to get with a wealth management specialist. You need to figure out some tools so that you can maintain your overflow. Number 5, with all of these things that we're working on and what we have going on, you need time alone for self-reflection and connection, right? You need to have time to sit and think over the things that you are doing in your life to make sure that your current course is getting you to the life that you want. You need to be checking back in with yourself and making sure you feel aligned with the vision that you set for yourself. Journal your thoughts. Journal how you're feeling about this current course that you're on. Journal the different challenges or the wins that you're having. Have prayer walks and voice anything that's coming up and let God know about what's going on the course that you're on. Okay. But time for self-reflection and time to be alone is just a check-in so that you don't go on autopilot. Because the last thing you want to do when you have something precious is to go into autopilot, because then you stop being so prepared. Then you stop being so aware of what you have and you start to just treat it like it's anything. Okay. So you need to allow time to sit and check in with yourself. Have gratitude, right? Have gratitude and thank God for what it is that you're working on, but also voice things that are complications with what you have going on. And make sure that you are in alignment with the life you said you want, right, ladies? These things are very precious. This life you're building is very precious, and you want to be intentional about it. And of course, a bonus tip, ladies, always have a commitment to growth. Always be willing to be a student. Be willing to refine your habits, to elevate your current standards, to rethink things in a different way that you hadn't before. Always be willing to be a student. And I know my ladies who are watching this channel, you're watching this channel because you're already that kind of woman. You're willing to take advice. You're willing to hear a new way to think about things. You're willing to be a student in your feminine journey so that you can become the woman that you really want to be. And that is one of the biggest, greatest qualities you can have as a woman who wants a beautiful life. So with all that being said, ladies, of course, we know glow ups do not happen on accident. There is intention behind them, and they happen because of decisions, right? And so with all that being said, of course, you know that I cannot leave you without giving you your verse for the day. Today, we are going to be in Proverbs. We're going to go with chapter 4, verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Okay, ladies, I want to thank you so much once again for watching another episode of Get 'em Girl. I hope that this list was informative. I hope that it helped you kind of craft what you need to be doing in this next season of life and in this new year. And once again, thank y'all for watching another episode, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.